Hello, fourth graders. I hope you guys had a great weekend. This week in computer class, you're going to start your very first website. I'll go through directions on how to do that. First of all, you need to make sure that you did the assignment for last week. The assignment for last week was on Tuesday, May 12th and Friday, May 15th. You were to choose a national park, monument, or museum and get some facts about that location. If you haven't done that, you will need to do that first before you do this week's assignment. This week's assignment can be found under Tuesday, May 19th and Friday, May 22nd. It goes through how to create a website. So let's begin. We're going to go up to the waffle and click on that and go down to Sites. Once you're on Sites, you'll go over to New Google Sites, and I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Now, once you're here, you'll see that there's lots of templates. We're not going to use those. Those tend to go a little bit more in depth than what we're going to be doing this year, and it would require a lot more research than what I've asked you to do. So we're not going to do that. Instead, we're just going to choose a blank site. When your site comes up, the first thing you need to do is title it. You'll click up at the top and put in whatever national park or museum you chose. I'm going to do Washington Monument as my example. And then you're going to put a dash and your name. That just tells me whose it is. Down here under your page title, you're going to go ahead and just put your location that you've chosen. After you do that, we're going to go ahead and change this background. I could go ahead and hit the Change Image button and select the image. You can go ahead and choose any of these. Maybe there's one in here that really fits for yours and you want to use it. That is just fine. These are pre-selected ones that the computer has. But maybe you want to be a little bit more creative. You can go to Search and go ahead and put in your item. It will go ahead and come up. You can go ahead and click on the one you want. So maybe I like for this project, let's do, want one that kind of shows the whole thing. So I think I'm going to choose this one right here, and then I'm going to hit select. Once I put it in, it's going to change the readability. It's going to make it easier for us to read. If I don't like that one, I could hit change image, select the image, go back up and do my search. And maybe I decide, you know what, I like this one better. I can click on it and it will go ahead and adjust it for me. So lots of different options there. So that's the very first step. After you do that, you have to figure out what layout you are going to use. Now, if you read the directions for the assignment, you need to have a title up here in this very first section. Then you need 4 additional sections. So there's some different layouts that you can choose. You could choose this one. This has 2 layouts, and then put another 2 underneath it, so it looks like that. If you don't like that, you just hit the delete section area, and that will get rid of it. Maybe you want to do side by side, so you do something like that, where you have 4 different sections. Or last option, maybe you want to do them just side by side like this. 4 different options. Okay? I like the idea of doing this one and this one. So that's how I'm going to choose my layout. Now I can go ahead and I can click in here and add a picture. So I can go ahead and select the image that I want. So click the plus button, select image. Again, I could do a Google search for my image. And my very first one, let's see here. I like maybe I like this. Okay. And the reason I'm going to put in here is I'm going to put in here why build it. And I'm going to go ahead and type in here. And I might say the Washington Memorial was built to honor the first president, George Washington. And I might also put it was designed by Robert Mills. So I've got a couple facts in there. Next, I might come in here. Again, I'm going to do a image, select image. I can do a Google search, Washington Memorial. And maybe this time I do something like, give me just a minute, let's find maybe this one. And I go ahead and hit insert. Oh, it didn't like that one, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to do it again. So let's go ahead and let's hit the back button. Oh, no, I don't want to hit the back button. The undo button right here. Does everybody see the undo button? Right here, the undo button. Let's try it again. Select image, Google search image, Washington Memorial, and let's try this one instead. There we go. And in here, I might put where it is located. Or maybe I just put location. And I might say something like the Washington Memorial is located in Washington, D.C. It is surrounded by 50 flags. To the east is a reflection pond and the Lincoln Memorial. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I have that. Then I would go ahead and maybe in here, maybe I put fun facts and I list some fun facts, and maybe down here I have timeline and I list the timeline of when it was built, when it started, when it opened, when the dedication was, and so I put that in there. So maybe that's how I organize my paper. You can organize it however you want, but this is just an example of what it might look like. You can always use the undo button right here. Okay, and again, you could click in here and type text, put pictures in. If you don't like a section, you can always hit the delete section right here. That would get rid of it, and then you can re-add in the section that you want. So your job, make sure you have your title section up here. Make sure then you have 4 additional sections with the facts that you gathered from doing your research last week. That's about it for this video. I'll make another video on how to share your website and how to turn it in.